It's like a roller coaster ride. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm just a rock and roller who in his downtime likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And we've been on this Omen kick for about a month now. And yeah, it kind of takes me that long to sit through so many movies. There's 6 movies total. This is my final review for the sequels in general, and a franchise ranking video is actually coming up. But before I get to all of that, one of the reasons it's taken time to watch this series and review it is because I have a brand new single coming out April 19th. That is right around the corner. And I want you guys to check out a video right now on that single and the other singles that I have coming out this year. So In Too Deep is out April 19th. I'm going to leave the link down below where you can pre-save it, and you can also follow me on Spotify and all the other places that you listen to music. Alex Thorn is there. But let's get to the Omen 4, The Awakening. Now, I already got to start laughing because this movie is so bad. This movie is the worst of all of the sequels that I've seen in this series. When I saw that it was a made-for-TV movie, I wasn't turned off because I like made-for-TV movies. I have a lot of great memories of like Suzanne Summers in made-for-TV movies, and there's a certain vibe that those movies have. Even if they don't have much production, they kind of get away with having a lead actress who was famous a few years ago or something like that. And this particular movie does have a lead actress that's actually pretty good. I enjoyed the mother. Faye Grant did a really good job. She was convincing throughout, even to the end. The husband, who is a politician, of course, and we'll see, what this is all about in a minute. He's okay. He's very aloof. And then there's Delia, who takes the place of Damien in this movie. Because if you've seen Omen 1, then there's no need to watch the remake of The Omen because it's almost shot for shot the same thing, just brings it up technology-wise with current-looking cameras. Then you also don't need to watch Omen 4, The Awakening, because this movie follows the exact same beat and plot line as the original, just no budget and only one decent actress instead of an entire cast of great actors. And the downfall of this movie, to me, is the person that we're staring at the most in this, which is the character of Delia, played by Asia Vieira. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. This particular person playing Delia is an adult now. They went on to have a successful career in TV, Canadian TV. But as a child, I mean, you could not have chosen somebody harder to look at. We'll just leave it at that. That's my opinion. It's very obvious what they're trying to do, but then it's very bland. This movie's an hour and 40 minutes, so it's 100 minutes. It has no business being that long. Now, I'm not saying that the story is bad. The story is actually pretty good. Before I actually watched the movie, when I looked at the cover, which, by the way, that is not that same little girl. That is not Asia Vieira on the cover. No freaking way. The girl on the cover looks interesting. Asia Vieira in this movie, Delia, no. It just trogs along. And the one beat that it does not repeat, that it kind of plays with you, making you think that it's about to repeat it from the first one, is the babysitter. The babysitter, right away, I'm like, okay, there goes the evil babysitter that's going to be on Delia's side. No, this quack was not the evil babysitter. She was just literally a quack. She was she read energies and crystals and all that stuff. And at first, I mean very much like her first 5 minutes in the movie, I thought that would be an interesting premise. They're into healing crystals, they're into auras, and they have this aura camera that they have, and there's also like this quack convention going on that once this babysitter becomes a babysitter, she wants to take Delia to, because she can clearly feel that her aura is terrible. And that's it is one of the best parts of the movie, where when they take Delia to this quack fest, she freaks out. She knows everybody there is not, on the up and up, especially not for her, considering who she is and where she comes from. She sets everybody ablaze. And that's one of the cooler scenes. Unfortunately, it's just not very chaotic. Like, as a kid, this would have passed fine. I would have loved this movie as a kid, because you just don't know any better. Especially in 1991, I'm 5 years old. I had never seen this movie until now when I'm 38. And it's just like, my God, this is so bland. And the production, there's like no money. This series tends to do something weird at the end, and do something unnecessary at the end of the movies. I feel like only in the very first movie did it not rush the last 20 minutes of the ending. Like, every movie in existence, the last 20 minutes or so are the culmination of everything you've watched. But the Omen series, and I'm not kidding you, 2, 3, 4, and the new one, which is available here, I'll leave a card. They do this twist in the last 20 minutes, and they have to do a lot of explanation. This movie does the same. In the last 20 minutes, you find out Delia is ovulating and getting her menstrual cycle at 8 years old, and that they implanted one of Delia's 8-year-old embryos, I think I'm saying that right, inside of the mother, and that became her baby. So this is in actuality a twin of Delia that the mother had, that now Delia is holding. And in the last minute of this movie, it is revealed that the baby has 666 on its palm, which you think the mother would have seen. But for the sake of the movie, we're just going to say that this popped out right now. And Delia does her magic look thing. And slowly the gun that the mother has pointed at Delia turns towards herself. And the movie ends in the same fashion the first one did, in the cemetery with Delia and her father and baby Alexander, who is the true Antichrist. So, what is Delia? The protector? Because there was another babysitter earlier who was a protector. We thought the quack was. Then she got replaced with somebody else again in the last 20 minutes of the movie. And we're supposed to be invested in this new babysitter. It's just boring. And then it comes up with this convoluted story at the end. And you wish that this convoluted last 20 minutes would have been the last 40 minutes of actual build-up, but instead it's just boom, 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 boom. Everything's happening really quickly at the end, and it doesn't really add up or make sense. With all that being said, I want to talk about, does this movie hold up or not? So, as far as The Omen 4, The Awakening, for acting, I'm going to give it a 1 bandana out of 5. It's just not good acting. For special effects, it's a 1 bandana out of 5 because there really aren't much, and the effects that are there, they're not applied well. So the budget is bad. They're not applied well because you can see the separation of any effect between the human skin and the prosthetic skin. And then for story, I'm actually going to give the story 3 bandanas out of 5 because I don't think the story was overly bad, but the execution was. So at the end of the day, does Omen 4, The Awakening hold up? No, it does not. Not one bit. From the choice of actors to the execution to the low budget to the using the same frames or the same small spots over and over again, it's just not good. And why give us a daughter if you're just going to turn it around and give us a son at the end? Now, in preparation for this, I also saw that there was a book called Omen for the Armageddon. I placed an order for the book because I enjoyed the story of 1, 2, 3. The trilogy is not bad. Then you get to this, and it's like, this can't be what they thought of. Like, there had to be something going on around this movie that made this be the way it is. And so I want to read this book. There's also an Omen 5 book. I placed an order for that on eBay. So I'm going to read Omen 4 and read Omen 5 and see if any of this makes sense, or if there's an Omen movie to be made that's lying in the pages of these books that we can look forward to later down the line after the first Omen. So this is all going to be in a playlist. With all that being said, guys, please pre-save Into Deep, which is out April 19th, amongst all the other singles that are coming out this year, music video, live shows. I'll keep you guys in tune with all of it, but there's also big news for this channel, which I'm going to be talking about very soon. I'm Alex Thorn, and you know what I got to do. Rock out so I can watch some movies and review them for you.